Good morning, Cannon Fodder fans. It's Raz calling from another beautiful, thunderstruck last night weather situation in South Wales. This is me doing the voice of reason. It is very, very hot. It's damn hot, to quote a line from Robin Williams. Damn hot. Now, just going to show you one quick thing first. This is a present given to me many years ago by my former partner, see no more. Now, check the defenders in this picture. Sorry about that. Check the defenders in this picture. Sol Campbell, Tony Adams, my best defenders, Seaman, and I'll go across here. I'll go up a little bit. Who's that? Lee Dixon. There's Edu down there, and then we go in short. There's Mike Keown somewhere. Yeah, we won't mention the guy to the bottom right, the camera left. Ray Parler. I'll go along here. Martin Keown. And back again. Right, so I'm just trying to initiate a point, but first and foremost, it's hot, but pause. That's better in the red and white. Okay, yeah, sleeveless because it is boiling. Okay, so as I mentioned just a little bit earlier, so that wonderful portrait of the fantastic Arsenal, I think during the Invincible era, just goes to show that every great attack, every great team is based on a really solid defence. Now, throughout the last 4 weeks, I believe, maybe even 5 weeks, we've been going into how much money have we got. First we were told 40 million, and then as you can imagine with a lot of whispers and gossip and everything else, 65 million banded out for Zaha, Tierney deal possibly going through, 25 million, maybe 30 million for Saliba. Money up and down, money up and down. We had the Josh Kroenke statement saying to be very excited about what's going to be happening at the Arsenal. I've seen some highlights of the matches against Bayern Munich, Fiorentina, just saw a bit of the highlights of Real Madrid. Really great games. The youngsters are coming up, as I had mentioned on a Voice of Reason video maybe a few months back, that we now have to start thinking about putting the youngsters in the first team, purely because the amount of money that we have made does not seem to be used to get in the key players that we need to make the team better. As an Arsenal fan, yeah, and as many of us Arsenal fans, we are continually frustrated at the fact that this guy at the top, Kroenke, is not investing. I have been watching a lot of posts from various online services, pretty much saying the same thing. It's not just in this country, in the UK, it's worldwide. Wherever this guy has gone or his teams are in the States, they're subpar or below par, say for the LA Rams. So my main concern really is the fact that Alex, in a sense, was kind of right that he didn't want to go into a transfer talk because there's too much gossip. And the thing with Arsenal is the fact that we always seem to drag our heels into buying a player. Now, if I have to try and be a bit fair to the board or to Kroenke, and I know this sounds a bit off, they've invested some money. It's the middle management that has not used the money effectively to make those decisions so that we can have the players that the team needs. So I'm looking at Ivan Gazidis. I'm looking at, I have to go back, I have to look at Arsene Wenger as well. You know, he's allowed this kind of mediocrity to come into the team mindset, and it seems that mediocrity seems to be the benchmark of the way that players are turning out. Now Unai Emery is trying to eradicate that mindset, I believe he's talking to Kroenke, or Josh Kroenke anyway, about what he needs. This coming season is really the tipping point to either we are going where Josh Kroenke is saying, that to be very excited, or it's going to be more of the same and a further decline with us playing in the Europa and be out of the top 6. Everton are investing, Newcastle are investing, West Ham are investing, Wolves are investing. So I don't want to sound negative, because that's not my way. I'm trying to look for a real positive here. The only positivity that will come would be when we see the key signings completed. That's your Tierney deals. That is your, we've got Saliba, but he's going back on loan. There's too many. It seems to be just too much at this moment in time. Sorry if I sound a bit lax about it. I feel that I am. I feel that I'm getting in the way of, well, I'm just going to wait and see what actually happens. We had a great kit launch. We had a brilliant Adidas advert. We had Koscielny deciding to leave. So now we need a centre-back. And I'm sure I did mention in the video a while back as well that watch out for Mustafi, because he's still there. We've got Mustafi, we've got Mkhitaryan, we've got Chambers, but I'm going to give Chambers a buy, because he did play for Fulham last season, and from central defence they put him in midfield. If he comes back into the team, you know, where are you going to place him? You know, jeez, it's a hard puzzle, but it's simple. You know, the youngsters running forward, midfield, they seem to have a plethora of midfield players. Up front, I'm glad that Eddie Nketiah is not going to go on loan, because I think that will further frustrate him. I think he's ready right now to start pushing the two up front, Aubameyang and Lacazette. So, defence. Big, great, strong teams are built by defence. Defence is key. We shipped out 50 odd goals last season. I think in previous seasons, when we won the Premiership, maybe about 20 or 30 goals. Maybe, yeah, 20 or 30 goals at maximum. It's easy, it's obvious to see. Why are we going for, if we're going for Zaha, then pay the money. But let's put the money in defence. I used to play football, I used to play up front, believe it or not. I played midfield, and then I ended up playing in defence. And when you're a defender, you mark your man, you know, you've got a unison with your goalkeeper and you have 3 or 4 defenders. But your main mindset is they're not going to get past us. We've got the faith that our guys up front are going to score and the midfield will do their work. In defence, we're strong. Okay, we may leak 1 or 2 goals, 1 or 2. But when you're a Premiership side, 1 or 2 goals is the difference between staying in the top 4 and actually winning the Premiership, winning the Champions League. Liverpool showed how to do it. Now it's time for Josh to, if he's talking on behalf of his father, then I would recommend that he take more of his own stance. He's got to be his own man here and put the money where it's needed. Okay, so it's Raz, once again calling from Cardiff, voice of reason, and we are going to be meeting up this Sunday. So I can't wait to see you guys. If you like what we do, touch the notification button, leave a comment, and over to you, Josh. I'll see you guys on the next video. This is Raz, calling from the Emirates in the press media section for Fodder TV. Not breaking news, Emirates news.